Chris and I had planned on purchasing property on which to have our homestead, but nothing we looked at even compared to what my mom and dad have. Theirs became the gold standard for what we wanted in property. They've got pasture and woods. They've got a slope that's perfect for permaculture. They've got 2 creeks. It's incredibly hard to find property with running water. And so at my mom's invitation, we've decided to build rather than buy. These weekly videos will be updates on the progress of our house. So keep watching and look out for some of the innovative ideas that we incorporate to be more sustainable and earth-friendly. Hey, Carter.
Hi.
All right, people, hello. Chris and I have been designing our kitchen. We've ordered our refrigerator. Carter's standing in the fridge.
Good.
Carter and I have measured out the measurements for it. That tape is where, the blue tape out here, is where the doors will open to. Then we have another cabinet that my friend is giving us, and we've taped it in like a pantry type cabinet and where its doors will open to. And then we're custom making an island, and we wanted a 4x8 island. And the one problem we're having is that if you're at the refrigerator and you try and open the doors, then you're like pinched up against the cabinet. And Carter's the smallest one of all of us, so if it's that tight on her, it's going to be tight on all of us. We have 31 inches from the corner of the island to the stairs and 30 inches from the corner to that, which is pretty decent. We could move the island to the right, but then when you come in from the garage door, which is right here, you're having to zigzag around to get to the living room. We kind of wanted more of a straight shot. But we're going to mess around with moving it around a little bit, and also try it with a smaller size and see how it works. Okay, so we moved our 4x8 island so that it's just at the edge of the drain, and I don't think we can go back any further because otherwise you'll be standing on the drain when you're working at the island and not comfortable. How much room does that give us, Carter, between there? 26 and a half with the doors open, and when they're shut?
43 and a half.
Okay, so that's, what, about a little more than 3.5 feet. So that should be plenty of room there. And it looks like we've gained even more room over here because we moved farther away from the stairs. Right? We got plenty of distance there. I can tell just by looking over 3 feet of distance.
37,
yeah.
so
okay. So the only problem I have the only concern I have right now is this walkway is what?
28 and a quarter.
Right, and Daddy really wanted 36-inch walkways everywhere we could. So let's, what do you think we should do?
I think we should take a foot off of it.
A whole foot?
Or maybe just like 6 inches.
A half a foot?
But
okay. Let's take a half a foot off each end and see if that makes a more straight walkway from over there.
Idea.
Okay. All right, back to work. All right. So the feel of this, we've changed it to 7x4, and it feels a lot smaller in the room. Hey, Vanna. So I think, all right, what does that give us for a measurement over there on that wall, babe?
34 and 3/4.
34. And then
Oh, 35.
almost 35?
Yeah,
So we're almost a full 3 foot. Okay. And over here we've got a nice straight shot, but it really, the size of it, for the size of the room, I think it needs to be a little bigger. Let's bring 3 inches out on each side and make it 7.5 by 4 and see what that looks like.
Okay.
All right. Okay, now we have laid out a 7.5 by 4 foot, and it feels pretty comfortable. What's our distance over here, Carter?
I think it was like 32. No, yeah, 32 and a half.
Okay, that's pretty comfortable. And we've got plenty of room over here. And it's a pretty straight shot through. You're not having to walk around stairs and then zigzag around.
You have like 24. No, wait, that's the wrong side. You
The
have
outside?
27.
27 to the outside if you're going straight through. So that's pretty close. And it feels like a nice big size. The 7 really felt too small for the room, I think.